I'm going to keep it moving. Got to big up first and foremost Ojama Health Food Store right there, 398 Utica Avenue. The brothers here that works there, that's part of the ownership on Crown and Montgomery. It's a black-owned health food place right there on Utica between Crown and Montgomery. Please go and support them from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mondays through Saturdays, and from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. every Sunday. The brother, the Ross is here. You ready? All right, brother? I see you over there. All right, just give him a round of applause. Black-owned business. How long y'all been there, brother? How long y'all been there? 20 years? 20 years they've been over there. So go support that Black History. And he's the one that always tell me that anytime people hear from Dr. Oz what to take, they come running to his health store all the time. Why they gotta hear from Dr. Oz when we've been teaching them this for a long time? But without any further ado, I want to bring up one of the keynote speakers before we bring up Queen Afua. We're going to bring up the one, the only, from Fig Tree, who started it with Dr. Sabi. I want y'all to stand up, Austin. Stand up for one of the legends in this. Now, she's very shy, and she used to keep to herself. Sabi was the one that always talked. But this sister, we brought her out at the Malcolm County last year for my anniversary, 2 years, and now she's doing it. Her and her son, everybody's doing it, her children doing it. Bring Ma, come on up here, Ma. Ma, Bowman in the building. Give her a round of applause, Ma. Come on, Ma. That's a fitting name for her too, Ma. I love you, Ma. I love you, Ma. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. I am so honored to have her here all the time, man. I'm honored to have all of y'all here, man. Because it was through them that helped me heal myself from various things, and it's so important that we go back to the natural health. And Dr. Sabi was one I heard alongside Queen Afua on LIB before it got compromised. Let's be real, LIB got compromised. Remember who used to be on these airwaves? Queen Afua, Dr. Sabi. She didn't want to talk. She's not the talker, but now she's coming out. People like Barashango and all these great, Dr. Ben was on those airwaves with Gary Bird. And now it just don't happen like that no more. I love Gary, he's my brother. If he's listening, he's my brother. I shout him out on Facebook every now and then. But we need to bring that black radio back like Bob Law used to do. Bob Law was the first to bring Queen Afua on back in the day. And Bob Law was my boss from WWRL before they ousted him out. So we love these people that are doing what they're doing, and I love and honor them, and I respect that. Dr. Sabi, she don't know how much I love her and Dr. Sabi, man, and Queen Afua don't know how much I love her and Phil Valentine when they were together, because when they were together, they helped me. Dr. Valentine helped me get, with Queen Afua, they helped me get these exemption papers for my children at that time, 3 of my children, so they won't get vaccinated. Back in those days, 16, 17 years ago, when they had that little healing house on one of those blocks. Was it Carroll or Kingston or one of those houses? I remember back in the day. But Sabi, Ma, Queen Afua, Samaj, brother Phil Valentine, they're doing the work. Give them all a round of applause. And once again, here's Ma right here, Ma. You ready, Ma? You ready, Ma? Are you ready? She said she wants to sit down. I'm gonna pull the chair out. I'm sorry I don't have that. Sister, can I get that tall seat for her? Can I get that tall? And I'll bring you the other chair. Here, hold on. I'm gonna give you the tall seat. Hold this, Ma. Bring that tall seat, because people need to see you.
Greetings to everybody. I want to greet you with the love of my heart. Truly, truly. It's children, children, children. We're all children. And I want to give a special shout out to Abundance Child, because it's her solo return, so we got to give her a nod. It's special, it's a new cycle. Happy solar return, Abundance Child. Thank you. And I want to say thank you everyone, to everyone, and each and every one of you for taking the time to come and share all this information and be enlightened. Very sure. Thank you. I'm just here to share a few words with you. And I think that it's so wonderful that Abundance is creating the Girls Society.
Yes.
It is something so wonderful that, and it's our responsibility to hold that and help her to manifest that. The Girls Society. That is so great. I want to thank all the healers and all this love, and Queen Afua is here in the house. Thank you for all the love and all the information that you've given to us for all these years, and just giving thanks and giving love. So now, my little opening is always, I can't help it. I was going to skip it, but I can't help it. It's not my show, I know. But we have to break that complete circle. So each and every person has to turn around and hug somebody else and say, I love you.
Yes, it is. I love you too, sister. I love you.
So much love. Love unconditional. So we now created that. We've signed and sealed that love energy, because love is it's life itself. What can we say? It's life. It has nothing to do with form and shape and feeling or anything else. And look, everybody was laughing and feeling good, right? That's it. End of speech. So, and we got to say thank you to King Simon again and again and again. We can't help but say enough thank you to King Simon for bringing us all together and supporting and all the energy that you've given us. We can't help it. So today, let's begin our healing journey, or continue it. It's a continuation, because that's the other part. There's many components of life, and every healer brings all those different components, and we bring it together as a whole. So let's continue our healing journey. So I'm not a speaker. I know that's not the way you do it, an excuse, but I was thinking today, do we really know who we are? Do you know? Do you know who you are? Truly, do you know who you are? We have this created, altered self that we've created, that we believe to be as true ourselves. We believe it as me. And this inner dialogue goes on and on and on and on and continues to go. And it doesn't stop. You know, when you meditate, or pray, or whatever you do, until you really know who you are. And that's what we really want to do for our children, our Girls Society, to begin to show them and to guide them and take them to that next step further than where we were. Because the most important thing is for our children to have integrity, self-confidence, self-esteem, to really have that and really live that and feel that. And then there's so many things you wouldn't do if you have that self-esteem. There's so many things. I mean, our children, young men killing each other for a game or stealing. You're not going to do that. You just, how am I going to come and steal something from you? If you really feel good about yourself, because if I steal something from you, or I lie to you, or I dislike you, then what? I'm not liking myself, because it's only a reflection. So we're going to create these projects, and everybody's going to support on this job with this Girls Society too, so that we can enhance that. That's the point. That's the point here. But do we really know who we are? Are we being honest with ourselves? How could we be honest with ourselves when we don't know who we are? Because everything, every single thing is in our head. We live in our head. Our whole reality, our life is in our head. That's where we live, in our head. Everything that you see, everything that you know, every thought. Because if you close your eyes now. Close your eyes now.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
What is the reality now? It's only what you think. Now you close your eyes and you remember what you saw in this room. Now open your eyes. But the realness was in your head. It's not outside. The eyes that you see, it's not, I'm looking at you, I'm only a reflection. But it's in our head that we've created that. It's a memory association now, but it created that item from being trained that this was a camera, this is a microphone, this is an iPad, this is the drums, but your eyes saw nothing but shadows. And then the electrical impulses, we remembered that particular item from what they said, but the essence of what we are is energy. That's what, it has no form, it has nothing to do with any of this matrix. It has all these names and all these forms that I know nothing about. It's energy that we are. But today, I said, oh, and I've been knowing it and been saying it and you read it and all that stuff, but the only little message that I have is you're God and goddesses. You're God. And that's what we want to give to our children.
Yes.
You are God. And not just saying that and then you go and you live the same patterns that we're used to, but to begin to change that. To begin to realize and to walk that. We are a royalty.
Yes.
We're a royalty, and that's what we want to give to our children. And that's what the Girls Society is all about, is to give to our children more than we ever knew or more than what we ever had, to create that and so they could blossom. They're, you know, the children are our future, and it's always said. There are, you know that they are children of Kemet, and they are mothers that are going to birth children in the world. So do you know how important that is for us to be able to guide them, to bring that together? And we've had challenges in the past of coming together and creating these organizations, and then there's conflict, whatever conflict it is, but that's because of the ego. And now what we're going to do, what they call ego, it's really the altered self. We're going to drop all of that because we've got to bring our children together. We've got to show them, we've got to guide them and give that to them. So that's what we're going to do with this Girls Society. And everybody's brought, everybody is a healer. True healer. And we're all healing. We're all going through the healing process. Because we're here in America, we're on this third dimension, sharing this in this form. So we forgot. We really forgot, because this isn't us. We forgot what we came here to do, which we only came here to experience the experience. So now the very first thing for our, not the very first thing, there's many components, but one of those components are for in guiding our children is food. We're addicted. It's an addiction. There is no one here sitting here thinking of what I'm going to eat today to nourish my body. How am I going to feed my body? We think it tastes. It was exciting. It's exciting. You want that excitement. You want that gratification. So for these girls, it is to be able to guide them, because what do they do? It's okay. Pizza and French fries, right? And we can't come to them and say, don't eat that when they're sitting there amongst their friends. We can't say don't eat that. So we've got to give them replacers, and we've got to show them with love. We've got to create more of that trust, that because they're not even trusting themselves, knowing to trust themselves, but we've got to create that inwardly, the trust, and really begin to understand them, not be so dogmatic, and I know we have to do that in this society and guiding them, but let's find out their language, what they like, and create from there how they think and how they speak, and speak their language, and then rechannel it to know that what they are is energy, but we got to get back to them we got to get to them from their language. We got to start from their home, from where they are within, so we can show them how to have fun with the food. Because how are they going to hear you and they're angry because they eat this acid food? And everybody's in this acid state. I don't call it negative anymore, you know, right? It's acid. Acid, alkaline. We're not going to say negative because that's somebody else's ethnic word. So we're in this acid state. We feed our body nothing but acid food. More so than alkaline. We're going more into it, and we're learning and always learning. And that's what we have to do with our girls' society, is to begin to show them. And we grow with that. We're like so many of us eat tofu. And it was taught to us that this tofu was so good, and it's so toxic. It's so acid. People have tumors, and they come to us, and this tumor is harder to break down than that person that ate pork. It's harder to break down than the person that ate pork. So we're going to show them how to eat in a fun way with this girl society. And we're going to begin to create love within us and create our society differently, because we always seem to end up not liking each other for some reason. So from this point right now, we're going to begin to, no matter what happens with each other, to say, I love you. And begin, when those two siblings are mad, you see how siblings are always mad when you're not speaking to your mother? Begin to say, look, I remember this family that came as a client, and the mother always made, when they got mad at each other, hug each other. That was their punishment in a corner. So now, when you get mad at somebody, no matter who it is, because when we greet each other and don't know each other, we hug each other, right? So now, when you get mad at somebody, you take time and say, let me hug you. And they'll be like, what? Don't touch me. But you will neutralize it. I used to always say, okay, just when it's in front of you, just breathe, because we can rechannel it. We can rechannel it. But the base is changing our food and changing the circuit board. That's what we have to do with ourselves and with our children. Change, because the very first thing is that thought, what you want to eat. That is habit. And then you put the toxins in, then your nerves are bad, and then everybody gets on your nerves, and you get irritated with everybody. That's what happens. Your children get irritated. So as we begin to eat more alkaline food, your nerves are more calm, you feel better. But it's changing a habit, then changing that thought. And we have to change the thought now. You don't have any more time. It's time. We've got to make that shift. Making that shift is imperative. And if you don't make the shift, it's still going to happen. Because they fooled us so long with the heaven and hell thing. So now we got to understand it's right here in our head. And when that that shift happens, all it is that you're going to experience a different experience. There's so many people that you know and you love, and they weren't quite on that journey. You just won't see them anymore. You don't just see those people that are in that same peaceful state that you're in. I think, I don't know, who am I to say that? But something like that. We're going to be in a peaceful state. And that's our goal here, to be in this peaceful state. Right now, while we're using this physical body, is to be on this journey. We got to give it a tune-up and nourish it and give it the strength. And that's what we're going to pass on to our children, to give them all the love. That's the most important thing, is to give them the love. There's so many children that are being abused, and somehow the mommy missed it. Whatever reasons that she missed that, and they're being abused, and they're eating so much garbage that is destroying them. There are so many children now that have discharges and have tumors and cysts. Look at all these young children that have cancer.
Yes.
I mean, there are so many. Every week there's somebody coming in with cancer. This girl was only 21 years old and she has cancer. This other young one, he has cancer and he's only 28 and he has cancer and about to die. We don't realize it because maybe it's not so close to us in our world, but the young people now have cancer. And it's more than just the food we eat. Let's not forget, it's the chemicals in the air. And it is that we are in the middle of a biological chemical warfare, and it's serious. It's more serious and more serious and more serious every day, because we know the chemtrails, okay?
Right.
And it's affecting us. But now you hear everybody with a flu. I don't remember, it started with the cold, and then it went to a flu, and then it went into a virus. So now when you're sick with this mucus attack that I call it, you have a virus. And I always said, you can't catch a cold. How do you catch a cold? You can't catch a cold because you can't catch mucus. It's a buildup of mucus from what we ate. So now you can get horrifyingly sick, and you know you didn't eat any starchy foods and you didn't eat any mucus building foods. And I realized, oh, it's the chemical in the air. That chemical is a virus that they spray in the air all the time now. That virus breaks down your mucous membrane, and now you have this thing they call a virus. That you get real sick, a stomach flu they call it, or they have it in the bronchial area, they have it in the runny nose. It's a virus. It's breaking down our system, and then it's in the food. No matter what food you eat, it's still in the food, right? So now, what do? We have to go within, right? I mean, we still got to change. We got to change the circuit board first, but we've got to go within. We have to realize the essence of what we are, and then we change the food. Because we're not going to change the food if we don't change within. How are we going to do that? So we're going to have projects, and we'll have them cook, and so they could see it and become a part of it. Because I think children really cook. And now it's generation to generation, they're not cooking. I know my daughter's saying, oh, it's all your fault. I'm like, okay. I don't know what to eat. They were born in it, and she said, oh, I hate being born in this weird family that eats this stuff like it's not real food. Okay, but now she's 35, and she says, I want to become a vegetarian. Really? I don't know what to eat. And that's what they say. And that's what the young people are going to say. I don't know what to eat. And I know Siggy would be like, oh, so shame and everything. But Usha is our middle child. She's 35. And Usha was, I guess you would say like the rebel child. We all have one that's kind of like, I don't know if you call her rebel or rebellious or whatever you want to call it. But she was going to eat what she wanted to eat, regardless to what we say. And that's what they do when they go out there. And so that's what I think is so important, is to begin to show them how they can eat out there, those foods, because they're going to eat out there. Get the pizza without cheese, or, okay, you can have the French fries. Just don't eat the pork, don't eat the meat. The French. See, I say, okay, French fries, because you know well, I've told you before. I like French fries. I say, okay. But Usha's like a love child, right? She's really, really sweet and giving, and she's like her daddy. And they will go out and eat anything. Not meat, but anything. You know, they'll sneak and eat something. And so I said, Usha, you're going to die. And I'm going to stand over your funeral. I don't have heart for you. And so she, get out of here, when she's throwing up. And she was throwing up. And her friends would be in pain, serious pain, and have the cramps and have to go to the doctor because of pain of what they're eating. And she could see that. And I had Usha doing consultations, so she knew better. And I said, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer more because you know better and you eat this food. And that's what's happening to our children. So I could use Usha as a good example, right? And they'll come around because all we can do is give that example. That's why this Girl Society is so great. So Usha, did I tell this story? No. Oh, so, yeah, 65, getting older, I don't want to repeat it. So Usha, I'm just so fascinated with it, so is Usha. But Usha, it's really a garbage. Like, I mean, I ate a salad, and she put salad dressing on it, and it's white. So you know, it's blue cheese on the salad, right? So, and I would eat all that stuff, and she just had a donut. She's not gonna eat that stuff, fooling herself, and that's what we do. So now I'm in the middle of a consultation. I can't answer the phone, and the phone keeps, what does the young people say? Blowing up. The phone was blowing up. It was ringing. And I said, oh, it must be really important. Okay, I can see it's Usha. Let me answer this phone. And Usha's screaming. Usha's my trauma child. She's screaming, and she's crying. And the doctor gets on the phone, and he's crying. Now, I had all my children at home. I breastfed Sasata, was 5. I don't go to doctors. I almost died twice. I was totally paralyzed. I was blind. I don't go to doctors. I sincerely don't go to doctors. So now here she's got this doctor on the phone, like, why? And he's saying she's about to die.